Ladies and gentlemen, I'm cooking. Y'all hear that? That sauteed vegetable sitting up there with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of fish mixed in with my sauteed vegetables. And we got the eggs and the rice coming pretty soon. I decided to cook. It is 6:39 this late in the evening. Normally I cook a whole lot sooner than this, but you know, I just want to let y'all know that as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, if I don't talk about my God Jehovah, then I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. The name Jehovah's Witness means to witness or talk about Jehovah. So, if I do talk about my God Jehovah, and y'all hear me talking about him, please forgive me. Okay, just please forgive me. All right, that's Brian Adams. Got to give Brian his credit because Brian and I have been through a whole lot. Brian was there for me and with me. Okay? So, Brian Adams. So, if I talk a little bit too much about my God, then understand I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Now, I know that many of y'all don't have a lot of respect for Jehovah. And I know that many of y'all don't have a lot of respect for Jehovah's Witnesses because you done heard something or been experienced something or been through something. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that. I was going to say, and I don't care, but that's not true. Okay? But Jehovah's Witnesses are imperfect. They do imperfect things because they are people. Pay attention, Jehovah's Witnesses are not perfect. They're not special. They're just people. Now they are special to Jehovah. Okay? He counts them as special. He calls them a special possession. But that's to him. Okay, y'all not him. So they ain't special to y'all, but they special to me. Those are my people. Those are my friends. Those are my compadres. Those are my companions. Those are my people. Now, they're not my only people, because some of you here are my people. So I want to talk to y'all while I was sitting up here sauteing with my wooden spatula. Yeah, I don't do no more plastics when I cook. Okay? Don't even drink out of plastic cups anymore. Unless I go to a convenience store, because plastic will kill you. And I ain't ready to commit suicide. Not yet. Maybe sometime in the future, but not now. Okay? No, I don't even think I'm going to be ready to commit suicide in the future. I'm sorry. I apologize. I loves myself. Okay? Now, while I'm taking care of the duck eggs, yeah, these ducks, they laid me 4 eggs today. So I got to take care of some duck eggs. And I can't touch the phone again, so y'all gonna be there until I finish cracking me some eggs. So we gonna crack us some eggs. Oh, we gotta have eggs mixed with what we call Chinese food that ain't got nothing to do with Chinese. Okay, so we gonna call it American Chinese food because America created this. It wasn't created in China. America said we gonna create a community. We gonna call it our Chinese community, and then we gonna invent a meal that we gonna say is appealing to Americans. That's right. And they called it Chinese food. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up. Didn't come from China. This is an American invention. Now we're gonna give China the credit because China deserves the credit. Because these racist idiots in America created this, and it was a racist thing to call it Chinese food. Having everybody thinking that it's Chinese food. Now don't get me wrong. I like it too. That's why I cook it. That's why I learned how to do it. Okay, y'all hear that skillet over there crackling and wackling and nickely wackling? Okay, that's man. All right. Now, before I go on, let's talk about something. There are many of you out there who believe that duck eggs taste nasty. Oh man, I heard about duck eggs. Oh, that's the nastiest egg you could ever. Don't listen to those idiots. Okay, I was under the belief and understanding too at one point, but I don't have that belief no more. You feel me? Sorry, duck eggs their shells are harder than chicken eggs, and so they take a little bit more to crack than regular chicken eggs, and so I just had to crack one and get my hands a little wet. So hey, like I said, duck eggs and chicken eggs, they similar, but duck eggs are harder to crack, harder to break open. You don't just tap and open. Ain't nobody gonna be speed cracking those duck eggs. Ain't gonna happen. Sorry, I got the cats and they're running around in the back. They want to go into the bedroom, but they can't. The bedroom door is locked. Anyway, me and my kitty cats. Sorry, I had a part of a duck egg shell get into my eggs, and we can't have that. Because eating a duck egg shell ain't like eating a chicken egg shell. That junk is harder, and you're going to notice it. All right? So, like I said, it's an art cracking them, and I ain't got that art yet. All right? But we almost done. I got 3 more to do. And then my hands will be free. Then I'll be able to grab the phone and all that other stuff. But we're going to talk. Okay? Oh, by the way, I started the conversation out talking about duck eggs. Let me explain this to you all so that you'll know. Next year, I'm going to take about 12 of these eggs, and I'm going to have some more ducks. And that means I'm going to have to expand their cage. Okay? Which means that it's going to, the cage that the dog is in right now, that's going to be the duck's cage. Already got ideas for it. And that thing is big enough for me to have 40, 60 ducks. With no problem, and a pond in the middle. So that might be the plan. Not for the egg thing, but ducks, man, I don't mind having ducks. Me and the ducks get along just fine. When I come outside, they all come running to meet me. Okay, whether I got food or not got food. We have our own little communication, the quack, 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 all of that junk, and it is peaceful. Now, I like ducks better than chickens. Why? Because, as you heard, chickens are nasty. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to let you know. Chickens will defecate. I'm talking about defecation while I'm cooking food. But chickens will defecate all over the microphone. I'm sorry, not the microphone. They'll defecate all over their own eggs. That's where you get your manillas and your salmon from. Now, I like salmon, but I don't like salmonella. I ain't never been to Manila. Don't want to go to Manila if it's something I'm going to catch. Okay? I heard there was a thriller there one time, but Michael didn't go. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're trying to be a comedian. Shut up. Sorry, got that from Little Richard. Shut up. Okay? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the nitty gritty while I add my pepper to my eggs. I did a video telling everybody about gaining their status through documenting and evidencing them becoming of age, the age of 18, and documenting the fact that they have reached the age of 18 and they're a sovereign citizen. YouTube took the video down because they said it violated their policies. Now, hold on now. I want y'all to understand. YouTube, the human beings didn't take the video down. You hear that? That's me and the eggs. Duck eggs. That's right. Duck eggs, they're a little bit richer. I use the word heavier, but heavier in texture than regular chicken eggs. And so because they're a little bit richer or heavier in texture, the taste is still the same. Okay? I don't find, in my book, no difference. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mind the chicken eggs, but I'm stuck with duck eggs now. I will never, ever have to buy no more eggs from the store ever again. And I only have 9 ducks, and only about 4 of them lay. Okay? When you get ducks, you can't really tell which one's the male or female. So it's a potluck. But I will be having an incubator and taking care of me some ducks come springtime. That's what I'm going to do. And if I got to sit up here and make it a thing, you know, a thing, then I will make it a thing. All right? Man, this sauteed vegetables, y'all hear it in the background. You talk about enjoying this. When I finish with my little olive oil mixed in, yeah, I do olive oil. I don't do none of those other oils. Sorry, don't trust them. Yeah, I know it's not 100% olive oil. Well, that's just regular grease. That's regular oil from the ocean and from the. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. I talked to Usher and he said it was okay. L.O. Black said it was okay. So if they can do it their way, we're gonna do it my way. All right. Lord have mercy. All right. I need to pause, y'all, because I have to transport the sauteed eggs and I don't want to drop anything, and then we're going to talk about the conversation. So 1 second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got the food separated. We got the eggs over here cooking by themselves. So let's have the conversation. The video I did on YouTube was telling people about the act and about how the act talked about attaining the age of the majority. Now, we've been trying to figure out for years how to document us having attained the age of the majority. And we didn't know because I've been trying to find out where was it written at. So I did a second video because YouTube went ahead and told me that it violated their policies. And I wanted to go ahead and let them know I ain't scared of you. You know what I'm saying? I know who my boy is, who ain't scared of nobody, but I can't talk about him because of how I start the conversation out. There is a policy that I have that I can't talk about certain things, talked about certain things. So anyway, so I did the other video knowing that there's a possibility that they would just shut my channel down altogether. I don't care. This YouTube channel doesn't make my life. It doesn't make me or break me. It doesn't cause me to be scared or terrified that YouTube is going to do something I don't like. I don't care what YouTube thinks. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm tired of caring about what people think. People's opinions don't matter. It didn't matter to them. It don't matter to me. Okay? I ain't touching the eggs. What I do with the eggs is I put a lid over it. All right? Now, the lid I put over it is for posterity purposes. So let that heat cook the eggs without me having to cook them. All right? Then I got to wash my dishes, so y'all going to be hearing that in the background. Getting back to our sovereign citizen. Sovereign citizens are every American who attained the age of 18. I didn't say this. Congress said that. All right? But I'm not here to talk to you about sovereign citizens. I'm here to let you know that YouTube decided that I did not violate their policy. I already knew I didn't violate their policy. And I was going to challenge them on that because all I do is facts and conclusions of law. You see, I don't talk about current events no more. Not because I want to stay in YouTube's good graces, but because as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, I already know how this is going to end. Ain't no need of me talking about it. I can't change it. You can't change it. Okay, if only you knew what was really going on behind the scenes, then you would realize there's nothing you can do. You can protest all night long, all day long. Call yourself Lionel Richie if you want. All night long. Sorry. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Blue in the face, green in the face. Okay? It doesn't matter. You're not going to change anything. Everything, it's not that everything has already been written, but you can't change prophecy. Prophecy is reality because we are here. We're not in the past, we're here. Everything that has been told to us that was going to happen at this time is happening right before our eyes. We cannot change that. It's just the way it is. There's nothing you can do about it. Go ahead. All the other people who before you tried, they can't do it. Oh, well, he's the Antichrist. She's the Antichrist. And the people who say that don't understand Scripture. The Antichrist is not a person. The Antichrist is a group of people. It's anyone who denies the Christ and his existence. I know. You need to understand. Those are called the Antichrist. Doesn't matter what your beliefs are. If you don't believe in the Christ, if you don't believe in his existence, then you are what the scriptures call anti-Christ. Why? Because you can't deny that. Why? Because without him, you have no hope for the future. Without him, you have nothing. I know you'll convince yourself, and you're not the type of person I'm talking to. I'm talking to the people who understand exactly what I just said. Ain't no holier than thou. Ain't no, oh man, ain't none of that. I'm just telling you what it says. Okay, I'm not making it up. I'm not trying to make myself sound like I know more than you. I'm just saying the truth. That's all I can speak. That's why I wasn't worried about YouTube and its stupid policies. YouTube cannot silence me because I revealed the truth. And if they keep playing with me, I'm going to come after all of them and these platforms that take your information and trade it and sell it without compensating you. I'm coming after all of them for breach of the public trust. And I'll explain exactly how they're doing it. But we ain't there yet. Like I said, I'm just having a conversation right now. Dishes are washed. Yay. But, ladies and gentlemen, the conversation I want to have with you is about business, about money. We're going to talk about an exercise. Y'all ready to hear about an exercise? And I'm not talking about calisthenics. Well, I'm talking about financial calisthenics. Most of you guys don't understand what finances are. You think you understand money, but you don't. You want to watch all of these TV shows and movies and talk to all of these idiots who call themselves experts, like Squawk Television and all of that junk. I don't watch none of that. There's no need for me to watch none of that. I don't care about no stocks. I don't care about no valuation of stocks. Let me explain why. My hope is that many of you will get it. How do companies create valuation? Well, right now, while everybody is looking, they're doing it right in front of you. This is the fourth quarter. Right now, the courts are literally, oh, that's a good patty. Okay, I gave my dogs a bone earlier today. Okay, knick-knack. Whew. Oh, because the eggs are in the skillet, there was olive oil at the bottom of the skillet when I first started. There's a lid over the skillet. The eggs got to steam heat so that I can mix them with the rice and then the vegetables. And there we go. Let's do a scenario while we are waiting for the eggs to complete their mission. And then, whoo-wee, it's on. Donkey ain't got no Kongs. It's on. Let's take a business. Any business. Let's start a business today, right now. You go to the IRS website. You tell them the name of your business. They give you an EIN number because you applied for one. EIN stands for Employer Identification Number. Once you get that Employer Identification Number, that's a corporation, even if it's for a private sole proprietorship. It's still a corporation, has an EIN number. Don't worry about for tax purposes. That's not the issue. It's not the subject matter. So stick to the subject matter. We're talking about creating a business. Then we're going to register it in a state that recognizes that we have the right to own a business. We're going to go to the cheapest state there is, and that's Wyoming. Why Wyoming? No federal tax. Okay, no federal income tax. Wyoming does not take federal income tax. Doesn't mean that you're not required to pay federal income tax. It just means that they don't do federal income tax. So that's your first thing. That's a positive for you. You're still going to pay taxes, but you want the path of least resistance. All right, we set up our corporation in Wyoming. We get ourselves a registered agent in Wyoming. Yay! Sorry, my eggs are getting fluffy. Yeah, that allowing them to rise on their own, they get their own little fluffiness to them. When you leave that lid on and you turn the fire down, that's the way it goes. Okay, hold on. I think, okay, just needed to make sure the cats are not allowed to go into the bedroom, and the bedroom door is closed, but they like to get close, and so I like to check them when they try to play me, so they didn't. All right, so we went to the IRS, we got our corporation, got an EIN number, set it up in Wyoming. Yay, got our registered agent. All right, but here's the thing. We've been planning on putting this company together for the last 3 years. We just got the EIN today. But we've been trying to put this company together for the last 3 years. Now, what we did is I went and I forgave all kinds of debts. And the government gives me some credits for them forgiving debts. But I don't want credit from the government for forgiving the debts. No. I want credits a different way. So I'm going to take that forgiven debt and I'm going to write it off on my books the same way the banks do and other corporations do. Now, because I'm writing it off on my books, woo-wee, guess what I done just did? I done created an accounts receivable because I'm doing it under the accrual basis method of accounting. Do I need to know a lot about the accrual basis method of accounting? No, I just need to know the basics. That's why it's called the accrual basis method of accounting. So we're just going to stick to the basics. Yeah, I know it's basis, but not basic, but we're going to recognize the correlation and we're going to stick to the basics. So I'm going to use the accrual method of accounting. I'm going to count it as accounts receivables. That's right. And while counting it as accounts receivables, pay attention. Very important that you pay attention. I get to document them on my taxes a particular way to receive the full benefits of that accounting practice. Same as every other company out there is doing that. Those of you who own businesses, LLCs is one of the worst companies you can own. It does not provide the protections they claim it provides. And guess what? LLC started in Wyoming. If you want to do a corporation, I'm going to suggest you do a member benefit corporation or a single ownership corporation. I've already done the video talking about the corporate capacity document. Look for it on my channel. You can be all 4 officers at the same time without hiring anybody else. You just can't be all 4 officers simultaneously. And you can be a single member corporation. They're recognized in Wyoming. You still following me? Good. Because right now, you spent 35 minutes putting together that corporation as a single member corporation by just following the steps. Woohoo! Now that you done followed the steps, we ain't finished. Because this is only the beginning. We've only just begun. All right, this is only the beginning. You ain't done nothing yet, not until we get to the nitty and the gritty. And we got to get to the nitty gritty in order for us to get some satisfaction. I know they said they can't get no satisfaction, but that was them stones that like to roll. Okay? We're going to get some satisfaction. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's move to the next stage. We have the corporation. We have our accounts receivables. Now, many people, the one thing they want to do is they're worried about a refund. Don't worry about a refund right now. You have your corporation now. Right now, I'm helping people understand how they can create 5 corporations at one time. Use those corporations to handle several different functions independently of the other corporation to accomplish one task. And without creating a circular financial situation, they transfer the funds between the corporations so that each can document the receiving of the funds. Let me give you an example. Oracle, NVIDIA, AMD, OpenAI, ChatGPT, and let's see, NVIDIA, Oracle, ChatGPT, OpenAI, and I can't think of the other, AMD. Those companies have all come together and they've done a $200 billion deal just trading products between each other's company. Remember, they're not owned by the same person, but you can still do it owned by the same person. No actual cash is exchanging hands. Say what? There's no trading of cash. They're not trading cash. They're trading commodities, products. They're trading services. They're not trading cash. You're going to trade services the same as they're doing. It's legal. And you're going to do it legally. You got ChatGPT. Learn how. Look. You're not going to get this from anybody else. They don't teach this in school. Unless you go and you pay them to teach you this. Ain't nobody talking about this stuff on YouTube. Okay? It don't work that way. They don't do that. So you're getting it for free here. Stuff that many of you have had to pay people for in the past to get this information. Because they held on to it as if their lives depended on it. Okay? Them people weren't your friends. They weren't your friends. All right, we got our accounts receivables. Give me a second. I have to turn on the reverse osmosis system. Okay, it's filling up a pot because I got to prepare the rice. And we're just doing rice. We ain't adding all of that. I will add some sea salt to my rice because I do need some salt from the sea because it's the best tuna. Okay. Anywho. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our corporation. We have our tax bracket, how we're going to be structured under taxes. We're using the accrual method. We have the style of corporation we're going to have. We're not going to have you guys set up 5 different corporations because you're not ready for that yet. Okay? You're just going to do one corporation. You've been working on the corporation for the past 3 years. You can prove you've been working on the corporation because you've documented. I don't care if you documented it yesterday, but you've documented what you've done for the past 3 years, all of the research, and how you have a contract with your company to do that research. All you got to do is create the contract between you and the company, binding agreement, with the correct date on it from 3 years ago. Pay yourself a monthly salary for the research that you're doing. This is part of your research, what I'm talking about right now. Pay yourself a monthly salary of $3,000. Do not do $10,000, $100,000, $55 billion, because then that's not reasonable. $3,000 is a reasonable salary for someone doing research and development, but you're not doing research and development under the research and development section of the Internal Revenue Service code. You're doing research and development according to your company's definition of research and development, so that it's a business expense. You with me so far? Now you paid yourself a salary. Now you can document the fact that your company only had the expenditure. Now remember, you are doing deferred payments, $3,000 per month. Your company still counts it as a loss. Pays attention. So it's still documented as a net operating loss for your company. Now remember, you still are going to take these deferred assets and you're going to assign them to the company. Your deferred assets as accounts receivables. But now that you've assigned them to the company, do they have value? Value. Because you're in your contractual agreement with the company, documented their value. You following me so far? Because some of y'all look like y'all getting lost. Okay, how do we do valuation? Well, you have to establish that the products and goods sold are normal, everyday use products and goods. You can't just invent it out of thin air. But you just said, exactly, you can't just invent it out of thin air. The practice already exists. You didn't invent the practice. It already exists. All right, so you document them as account receivable. Some people are going to say, no, you can't do that. Oh, shut up and prove it wrong. Prove that under no circumstances is it allowed and no other company has ever done it. If you can't do that, shut it up. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I was talking to those idiots who think they know something. Well, you think you know something, but you're just going to get people in trouble. Really? Good. People need to get in trouble. They need to get in trouble for doing their own research and homework. Like I told you, YouTube took down a video, said that I violated their policy. I knew for a fact I didn't violate their policy. So I put up a video right thereafter proving I didn't violate their policy. They can take down my channel. I don't care. What? This is not my life. That channel doesn't control my life. Well, you won't be able to do this, and I'll be able to do anything I want to do. My life does not depend on YouTube. Oh, by the way, we're not even going to talk about the videos. Oh, that's your research and development, people. I've already done it for you. All you got to do is sit there and watch them. You can get paid $3,000 per hour for watching the videos by that idiot named Eon. Because he's showing you the law. He's showing you the research. He's giving you the documentation. That's all he does. He's been trying to show y'all how to start your own company from the very beginning. He's been trying to show y'all what these federal credits are all about. Federal credits are dollar for dollar. They're from the federal government. You receive them from the federal government. They are backed by the full faith and credit of the federal government. Write them off as account receivable, but because they're dollar for dollar, they are called financial receivables. Go and look it up. Go look it up and see if I'm wrong. But, don't butt me. I don't smoke. Ladies and gentlemen, because they're financial instruments, I don't care what nobody else says. As long as you do your research and find out that these federal credits are given by the federal government, doesn't matter how they try to spin it, they're given by the federal government because they are received from the federal government. Pay attention. They are government backed by the full faith and credit. That's all you need to understand. Most of y'all won't understand that, and that's okay. If you don't understand it, then hey, go do your research. Now that you have your accounts receivables, now that you have your financials together, now that you've done your taxes for the past 3 years, now that you've documented your salary for the past 3 years as deferred, and pay attention, you got to pay the income tax on the income. What income? All of those accounts receivables, you're going to count that as received. You're going to count that as realized. And you're going to pay the taxes on that realized accounting. How do you pay the taxes? Well, there is a form for corporations. There is a form for trusts. There is a form for nonprofit organizations that allows you to pay estimated taxes. Look it up. Now, the 1120, they got rid of the form for paying the estimated taxes. They say you have to do it through the electronic system. There's a way around that. Not to get around it, there's a way where you are not subject to that requirement to pay that directly. Not going to talk about it here. You have to do your research. This is not that reasoning that some of you people do when you listen to people's videos and you just try to figure it out for yourself and you just go with it because you done figured out something because of your reasoning. Let me tell you something, you ignorant, backwards. Let me explain something to you. This is not according to your reasoning. Your reasoning has nothing to do with anything. You have to read their publications. You have to understand their reasoning. And I'll tell you, because I talked with a tax agent earlier today, and she and I, should have just said he and I. No, I can't say he and I, because if I say he and I, then they'll know who I'm talking about. But if I say she and I, they don't know how many of the agents I know that are female. They don't know which one. And the saying is, ladies and gentlemen, everything that you are supposed to be able to do, you need to find it in the code. You need to find in the code where it allows you to do it. So the easiest way for those of you who don't have any sense, who don't know what you're doing, okay? The easiest way for you to understand the code and what you're capable of doing and not capable of doing, you tell ChatGPT, I want to know how companies are able to do this legally. And you explain what you're trying to do. Don't tell it, I'm trying to do this. No, they're doing this and they're doing that. Now, how are they legally able to do that? That's how you do that. This is how we do it. Just that simple. See, ChatGPT will give you the answer if you know how to ask for the answer. You want to know how to do it legally. But if you just ask, they programmed it to believe that you're trying to do something illegal. So to keep them from suggesting that you're trying to do something illegal, ask how have other companies been able to accomplish the same thing legally. Okay? It really is that simple. I mean, literally, it is that simple. You want to know how they've been able to accomplish it legally. Then you want to take that information, you want to put it into another GPT model. You want to ask the same question, and you want to copy that information in there while you're asking the same question. And then you get that answer. Then you put it into another GPT model, and you take that information, from both combined sources, and you ask the same question. And then you ask, how am I able to accomplish this same thing with my company? And that's how you get your answers with GPT. Because that's what it's good for. Absolutely nothing. Say it again. How? Whoa! Good God. Sorry. That's what happens. I'm in a good mood today. Like I said, I was able to go and take care of some shopping business. I'm sitting up here in the kitchen deciding that I'm going to cook after 7 o'clock in the evening. And what I decided is that I'm going to enjoy my meal. And I figured while I had to slave in front of the stove, I was going to have that conversation with y'all. Now, we're doing our taxes, but we have to pay it forward. We have to pay our taxes. You got to pay the withholdings. The reason why all of you are not getting a refund is because you're not paying the stupid withholdings. I wasn't going to tell y'all this, and nobody else is going to tell you. You got to pay the withholdings. So how do you pay the withholdings? By paying the estimated taxes in advance. There's a video on my site. It said this one by Christopher. Just look up the word Christopher on the Eon channel. Watch what Christopher is doing. I don't know Chris. I have respect for Chris. Please understand. I have respect for Chris. Chris in that video talks about endorsing the coupons on the back, the vouchers. Do not endorse the vouchers on the back. You can create a bill of exchange. Okay? And under the law, if you create a bill of exchange, sorry, give me a second. There's a video on my channel. It's entitled, How to Create a Bill of Exchange. No joke. It literally walks you through how to create your own bill of exchange. The only thing that I don't tell you in that video is that you must include your EIN number or your social security number. You must include an expiration date. Okay? 90 days is your expiration date for your instrument. Pay to the order and everything else is correct. Serial number and all of that is correct. The only thing that I did not put, and I did it on purpose, because you were supposed to do your research. You don't believe me? Go ahead and read the ES form requirements. You see, that's what I was trying to encourage you guys to do, is to read. Sorry about that, Knight. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Knight, the cat, he was behind me, and I was moving slowly, and he was behind me. Come on, Knight. Good boy. And I almost stepped on him, but I moved gingerly because I knew that there's a chance that they might be behind me, around me, and whatever. So we have this understanding. Sorry, this is their room, and I can't get mad at them that they put the pillows from the sofa on the floor. I have to constantly pick them up, and they do it on purpose because they want me to pick them up. But this is Knight. He is right next to me. Come here, Day. Day. Day, Day. Come here, girl. I mean, boy. Sorry, Day is a boy. Come on. Hey, Day. So now I have Day and Night. Come on, let me see if y'all can hear them. There you go, Day. Let them know you're there. All right. The two cats are going to be for the summer. Yeah, they not going to mess with the ducks because they will die. And they know they will die. And they're not willing to commit suicide. I mean, they got lives and everything, but they gonna definitely lose a bunch of them messing with my ducks. So we have an understanding, and they have an understanding. So they know, they already paying attention to them. Stop licking me. Your tongue, I can't stand that. That's too rough. It hurts. If you put those claws in my legs, Mr. Knight, you're going to die. You're going to have 6 lives after that because 2 of them going to be gone in one day. Oh, one night. I'm sorry, because his name is Knight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those were the pieces you were missing for your exchanges. And the other piece you were missing is that you need to pay the withholdings. Me, I pay the withholdings by at least, if I have $35 billion in credits, then I'm going to pay $1 million in withholdings by the estimated taxes. Because I only want $500,000, my company has never gotten a return. So why would I get a return for $800 million, $800 billion? Why would I go for something that high? I just need to get the first one done, and then I can file quarterly. Then I can pay the taxes with the funds I just received and receive a larger refund. And then I can make this reciprocal, happening every month, every quarter, every year without missing a beat. I can create income. Come on. Come on, Knight. I can create income. I can create transactions, and I can do it all legally. Yeah, I know some of you are going to get this and some of you are not. Some of you are understanding the value of this, and you're going to listen and document, and you're going to do your research, and you're going to have success. There are too many people out there, and I'm going to let you know, that are having success by listening to this idiot. They'll tell me, you're not an idiot. Yes, I am. I'm the biggest fool I know. But you want to know something? I'm the smartest fool I know. That's not patting myself on the back. As I've told people from day one, that is me saying that should not be. Everybody else should be leaps and bounds above me and beyond me and around me because of what I went through as far as the operation and the damage caused by that operation to my brain. And yet, that's not the case. Now, I know my ability and everything comes from Jehovah. I know that he's the one who has me knowing these things that I've never studied. I know that. It's just most of you don't know that because y'all don't have a belief. Y'all don't believe in Jehovah because y'all just believe in God. And you don't even realize Satan is the god of bad luck. Well, he's also the god of good luck. Satan is the god of good fortune. The Bible calls Satan the god of so many different things because he's a god too. But none of y'all pay attention to that. And so you want to demean Jehovah by calling him God. Oh no, you will die. You try to grab up on my arm like that again. He tried to use my arm as a climbing post. And I don't want that dog to die. And he doesn't want to die. Because he will die if he put those claws into that arm. I'm too sensitive. I have muscular dystrophy. So I am very sensitive to the touch. That's why they're claws. No, that junk is painful. And I don't want to, sit up there and have a splat on my wall that's permanent and everything. Hey, Day, your claw right here, you need to stop that because I don't need that claw in my side. I know. Sorry. That's what happens when you have cats. But we have an understanding. They know that when I sit down in here, it's time. They can climb on me. They can sit around me. They can be rubbed and petted. So that's what Day is doing right now, getting rubbed and petted. And Night is being stupid. Going down and play with Night. Going down there and play with Day. Go. Y'all go play. All right, back to you guys. Go back over this video. Go and listen to what we said. All of you have the capabilities of starting your own companies. You have the capabilities of generating revenue. We're getting into a system now, ladies and gentlemen, where they're going to get into this little digital currency thing. It's going to be the same tax system. You need to understand how finances work. It's always been digital currency and you never paid attention. There has never been any actual currency in the United States. There is no tangible currency. Stop. There is no tangible currency in the United States. And until you guys start to understand that they've been trying to tell you what currency is and is not in the United States for decades, and y'all have not been paying attention. Did they not tell you that it is backed by the full faith and credit of the United States? Well, they just told you, oh God, get down. Sorry, that time he got hit because he used my skin to climb up on me. So he got knocked into the wall. I'm not joking because I told him don't do it. So he won't do that no more. Ain't that right, Knight? He done went over there and laid down in front of me looking at me. Like, what did I do? He won't forget it. That I guarantee. You see, my arms are not climbing poles. And when I say I am sensitive, that was the reaction he got. No, he didn't get hurt. When I hit him, he fell backwards. And that was it. And when I said hit him, I just pushed him back. Because I'm sitting here relaxed. But he definitely clawed into my arm. And pushed him after he did it. So it was a thought process. But I want him to know that he can't do it. Come here, Knight. Knight, go on and get your brother. Go on. Go get your brother. Go get your brother. All right, come here. Good day. I know. And by the way, right where he put his claw in me, that's where she just tried to lick me. So she know. Anyway, back to the rest of you. I know you were gonna come here. Come here. Come on, Knight. Go get your brother. Go get your brother. Go get your brother. Come on, Knight. He's trying to come at my hand. Now he can do that if I'm playing with him, but if I'm just sitting here, nah, he cannot just climb up on my arm like he needs a scratch pole, because I'm gonna scratch him all right. We're gonna let you guys get back to your day. Am I right? Oh, I just said day. Day. I just called your name. We're gonna let you guys get back to your lives, and I can't even say night, because hey, leave my fingers alone. Anyway, I can't even say night because of these creatures. Ah! Sorry, he just climbed up on my leg again because I called his name. That's y'all fault. Y'all fault. Night, 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 night. Go get your brother. There you go. All right. My hope is that some of you are going to get the information that was given here. My hope is that you're going to pay attention. My hope is that you're going to read the instructions. If you read the instructions, you will benefit. If you don't understand what's going on, if you don't understand that they're doing a digital system, but they're going digital, everything is going to be digital. And if you understand this information, you'll be able to survive the digital, because when they go digital, they're going to do the universal junk income. And if they do the universal junk, you need to be able to survive the universal junk. The rules are still going to be the same, but they're going to be different, but they're going to be the same. And you're going to have to understand how they're different and the same at the same time. They're going to limit your access. So those of you who have access to your own private GPTs, like Llama LM Studios or Olama or any of these other GPTs that you can use without being connected to the internet, because you got GPUs on your computer, you got the ones on your cell phone that you get to use that you don't have to be connected to the internet, then that's what's going to benefit many of you. Take the documents, take the GPTs that have been created, create your own documents as a basis for your GPTs to operate with. Create your own GPT. You're going to need it at that time. Don't believe me? Then I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that. The rest of you, if you don't start paying attention, if you don't go back and pay attention to what's being said here in this video, you will be left behind. You will have a lot of problems, and you'll be trying to figure it out, and you'll be wondering why you're in that position, why you're in that boat. Understand currency, understand the tax documentation, understand what is and is not an asset or a financial asset or a accounts receivable or a deferred tax receivable. Understand those things first. Understand the accrual basis method of accounting, but just the basics of it. And you'll see things improve for you greatly, especially in the times to come, because you're going to be the one that everybody's going to come to. All right. Thank you for letting me take your time while I sat up here and cooked. And look at that, 49 minutes. That's a whole lot of cooking time, ain't it? Gotta go. Y'all take care now.